Good afternoon, Your Honor. John Calvin, P7477, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, Douglas Eisenhower. And just to let the court know, Your Honor, Mr. Eisenhower is hard of hearing. He has his hearing aids in, but he may have some difficulty hearing.
We have equipment, so we had known that.
Your Honor, in my mock trial in Judge Connor's class, which would have been in 2009, the presiding judge definitely told us some things like which side to sit on, make sure you're standing. I don't know if you know that judge very well, but if I sit down, you can tell Judge Connor it might have been Judge Simpson's fault.
At work for you, sir?
I seem to be able to hear you. Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Okay.
So, Your Honor, the last time we were here, we had a couple of hearings. We were here via Zoom, and we've had some discussion on the record about the length of the parties' relationship. They have had a domestic relationship in excess of 30 years. And the comment that you made, I'm paraphrasing, basically you wanted to look Mr. Eisenhower in the eyes and have him tell you why he was doing this. So that's what we've appeared for today. The parties were not married. Mr. Eisenhower is on the lease by himself, and we've given a 30-day notice to quit, and we're asking just for possession. So that's where we stand procedurally.
Why do you want her out?
Why do you want her out? Specifically, Your Honor, it's a compilation of a number of reasons. One of which, and I am not a clinician, I am not trained to be able to evaluate other people in their medical conditions, but Ms. Stoughton has a problem with hoarding. And I have resided with her in numerous locations. We have been evicted from several. We were able to clean out some of them in time so that the eviction didn't go through. But it's cost me quite a bit. The most recent one, I had a problem in 18 with a forklift running over me. I have a settlement that came as a result of that gave me a substantial amount of money. But we have moved on. I have taken an apartment in Ann Arbor, in the Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor region. And at the time, she stayed in what was a trailer that we were being evicted from. My daughter came with me, and we decided together, although she is not on the lease. I realized that what I am doing here is rather cruel. It's mean. I don't know any other way. We've had this relationship, and it's been discussed and talked through numerous times. Yet I cannot in any way get her to stop bringing stuff in when I don't want it. I can't stop her from packing my cars with whatever she gets. She's got a good heart. She takes care of people. She works through a place called the Lighthouse in Westland. So she's a very good person, and I have nothing against that. But I've got to take into consideration that at 78, I've got a few more years left, and I think I have to look.
34 of those that were spent. 34 of those that were spent with her, correct?
I'm sorry.
34 of those 78 years that were spent with her.
Yes, sir. 34 of the 78 has been spent with her. There have been times when I felt that I should have upped the relationship or pursued what I'm pursuing right now. That was back in 2015 in Sterling Heights. but I never went through with the paperwork at that time. We managed to make it this far. I fully well understand that, but now that I am in a new location, we've got stuff coming in here again. And I've got terms to my lease that I have obligations to. I can't justify to the lease or to the apartment complex my keeping or storing materials in there that I don't want in there. I can get her to stop, perchance maybe there would be a continuation, but I have no designs on any other relationship. I just want to, I don't want to be fearful of somebody coming to the door and saying, why is this here? Why is that there? I have a recently purchased and have a 2018 Lincoln Continental that went over to Varsity. I had work that needed to be done on it. It needed to be emptied out for the technician to effect the repairs, and we received a phone call. I gave them permission to throw away what they considered to be garbage, and was asked, can we throw it away? So I assume at that point that it was garbage, it was in the car. I gave them that permission, and when I came home, pictures on my wall are gone. Picture of my parents in my bedroom is gone. I have no idea where that's at. I can't live like this. And this is why, if there was a way of resolving it in a common fashion where we could talk and negotiate and work together on clearing this up, it'd be fine. But we can't. I've tried, and it's just not gonna work.
Ms. Totten, what do you want to tell me?
What?
What do you want to tell me?
What I think it boils down to is he has enough to put me in somewhere. Like he said, he got a settlement. The whole time I took care of him, I made sure he's got his leg and his foot because of me. They wanted to amputate. I fought for it. I took care of it. I kept it clean. And he kept telling me the whole time I was taking care of him that he would get me a house and give me so much for allowance. But then his son, who he hasn't seen in 17 years, said, oh, Dad, I got a financial advisor for you. So all the money is in Florida, not making any money. And yeah, he called me Mother Teresa, but I am not doing like I did. I gave up all my ministry. I'm not doing animal rescue anymore. I barely go to the lighthouse. On occasion, maybe twice a month now to help them. Their ladies need help. I know not to bring my ministry in, but he's gone the opposite end. Like I said, I'm allowed to bring 2 days worth of food in the house. If I don't need it, he throws it away. And as far as Varsity, when I called Varsity and said what needed to be cleaned up, so all he had to do was tell those technicians, because I didn't know, is to take the stuff and put it in the back seat. But he didn't. He told them to throw it away. And this is the first time I ever took anything of his, and I'm not like him. I wish I could be. I didn't throw those pictures away. I have them. They're safe. As I don't have it in me to take other people's belongings and throw it away, but he thinks nothing of it. Like I said before, I house sit, I people sit, I pet sit to earn some money. And when I'm gone and I come back, he's cleaned out stuff of mine, even food out of the freezer that is not gone bad, steaks, hamburger, whatever. You don't want it in the house, he throws it out. But he's got his own personal refrigerator in his room. And I've asked him before, write me a contract. Well, how exactly do you want me to live? Exactly. Well, I can't.
Hold on.
Well,
Hold
why
on.
not? Right?
Hold on. You guys have been together 34 years.
Yes, we have.
I would imagine that if you were to look back 30 years ago, the two of you are not the same people that you were. Right?
Yeah, we're older.
And you changed.
Yeah, I have MS now. So when he knows stress brings out flare up, I'm worried about that.
Okay. And so,
I'm sorry.
He's having a hard time hearing.
oh, are you, if you turn up the volume on it,
I kind of caught part of what she was saying about monies and promissories. things that my.
She's not talking. You know what, sir?
I'm
Can
sorry.
we make sure that it turned up for him?
Yeah,
He understands, Doug. I don't want to leave you, our daughter, our pets.
that's better.
Okay, all
Yes,
right, there you go.
I can hear you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, look, you guys aren't the same that you were 30 years ago.
Yes,
People grow older together, they change. No two ways about it. And, although you didn't give those vows, I don't think you guys just said at some point we just get the chance to just go.
Your Honor, if I could, the first time I spoke with Mr. Eisenhower and several times since, he expressed to me how difficult this was going to be for him and that he was going to rely on me to do a lot of the heavy lifting there because it was difficult for him. He's tried before and failed to even proceed, and that he was going to be relying on me. And although you and I both know very well, we wear our lawyer hats, we're also people. Those hats come off. So I know the emotional side of this. I know the difficulties that are involved in this. But at the same time, as Mr. Eisenhower's advocate and as his attorney, I have to remind the court that this is a meretricious relationship. And if the parties, either one of them, wanted the protections of marriage, they have to accept the burdens of marriage. My parents, ironically, were married for 35 years, had 10 kids, and then divorced. Their situation when they split up after 35 years was vastly different than the situation here. And I understand that. And Mr. Eisenhower has expressed to me, and their daughter is here as well. The court would like to hear from her. But he's expressed to me this does not necessarily mean the end of all relationship and the end of us trying to do what
I
we
get you,
can.
counsel, but let me ask you this. How's she supposed to take care of herself?
Your Honor, I understand that, but how is he supposed to take care of himself is my, and again, as a lawyer, my position is different than as a person. I understand that as a person, but as his advocate, he needs to take care of himself.
But if one has all the power dynamics, money, everything else, then I don't know that I necessarily ask him that question. I ask what would be the side that doesn't have that. How are they supposed to do that? How's that supposed to happen? Are you working?
No, I just do odd jobs. You know, like I said, I house sit, people sit, pets sit.
So how,
And I got denied my disability because my MS, I'm still pretty much good, but I'm supposed to have both my knees replaced. I'm supposed to have neck surgery and I can't do any of that, even though he said if I got bad, take care of me.
if I can,
brief thing?
I fully understand that she is not well.
Do you?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you really though?
Your Honor.
Does 34 years mean anything to you in terms of maybe that obligation, irrespective of a marriage license, irrespective of anything along those lines? Maybe some other moral obligation that I just take care of this person. Because I'm sure she has seen you at your ugly side and she's probably dealt with you. And now when it gets to the point where that's this for her, where she may be struggling, where let's say she is a hoarder. Let's say all of those things, you just bail. So do you really?
I feel I do, yes, and I want to at least tag this on and the fact that my asking her, pleading with her not to bring things in, I don't need.
Let me ask you this before you just drone on. Have you said to her, maybe let's go someplace and have somebody else help us talk about this? I mean, the first thing out of your mouth is you said she's a hoarder. Ma'am, do you think you're a hoarder?
During the pandemic, I'll say, yeah, probably, because I was still using our house as a charity drop-off site. But then he sets me up to fail. He knows how to stack and consolidate up to the ceiling, and then I can't touch it to sort it and get rid of it, and he takes the keys from me.
Okay, all right.
But I'm
So,
not doing that anymore, that's what I'm saying.
okay, but have you guys thought about doing that?
Of getting counseling to.
Well, or at least, every couple goes through a point where while they're all sitting there together, that all of a sudden you look at that person, I don't know who the heck that person is. I don't understand them. I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand why that's happening. And maybe you guys reached it at a much later point, but have you even tried that?
I must admit though that I am fearful of her because any efforts on my part to take anything from the apartment that I feel does not belong there and ask that it not be brought in. If I pick it up and head to the door to get rid of it, all hell's gonna break loose, I guarantee you. Excuse
I
me.
didn't ask that.
I'm sorry.
I didn't ask that. I don't know why you feel a need to try to badmouth her. I didn't ask that.
Judge, I think he's just trying to make clear, and as I said, the couple's daughter is here. And importantly to know, she's here in support of her father, which is, I'm sure, extremely difficult for her.
I know it is.
And I know it's difficult for Doug, and it's difficult for all of them. I'm not discounting the difficulty for Ms. Houghton. But legally, he has a right to do what he's doing. He's gone as long as.
Counsel, I've got a whole bunch of equitable powers I could use too. So if we want to talk legal, let's go.
I certainly understand that, and I understand the vastness of the equitable issues here. But at the same time, he's the fact that he needed this couldn't be counted against him. That goes two ways. Yes, the relationship has gone this long, but he's also gone this long in extending his understanding and his patience, and has done what he can, and he's reached the point where he said, I can't do it. And again, separating the lawyer and the person, I can understand the difficulties with that, but at the same time, I have to support my client, and I think what he's doing is what he needs to do.
When is the lease up on this unit?
When does your lease expire on the unit?
The lease expires, I believe, in the first part of January of 24. It's on a 1-year lease.
And who's in the unit right now? All three of you?
Yes, and 3 pets.
She is in there with us, yes, at this time, which makes it.
She
times of-
is in there with us. My God. Your trial matter. I'll set trial in this matter. I think that there are issues that Ms. Stratton certainly can raise. Ma'am, you'll have to file a written response to the pleadings. You'll have to file that within the next, I'll give you some time to get that done. 27th. You have to file that by August 15th, 2023. Written pleadings explaining your side of the story. All right. I'll set non-jury trial. What day?
Monday, September 25th.
Non-jury trial, September 25th, 2023 at what time? 9 a.m.? 9 a.m. in person. Okay.
Just trying to confirm as quickly as I can. I don't think I have any,
Well, if you do, I can go to October.
I don't think I do, Your Honor. I'm just making sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that I do not. No.
Okay.
And what time, Your Honor?
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
in person. Yep. Can't wait. Thank you. And court then will stand in recess.